Sasquatch runs like this. Well, what a year that was, hey? Or this has been. I don't normally break down, people say good riddance 2020, 21's gonna be better, or here's to next year. It's just a number on a man-made calendar, right? It doesn't make a difference for anything. But, on the other side of this river right here, there's a big willow flat out there. And there's a pile, there should be a bunch of moose in there. I'm trying to get up the, well actually I might do a little bit. I might hike in there. I'm gonna go check on those moose and see how they're making out. But in the meantime, I'm going to share a few more emails, but first, maybe we should touch on a few things for everybody to chew on a little bit. What have you learned this year? What are you getting from this channel and all this effort thrown out to share all these emails from all the people with you? What are you getting from it? Are you learning anything? If you are learning something, it'd be good, or if you're benefiting from it in any way, just throw it down in the comment section, all right? And if you're one of those emotionally challenged weirdos that is here, although you can't stand it here, and you're just gonna throw down a comment to shit disturb or be a prick, well, I don't normally do it. It just doesn't make sense usually to watch the comments, or especially to comment. When I comment, sometimes I do comment and I'll throw some sarcastic shit out there, and 100% of the time I got a giggle behind it. All right, but the shitty thing for myself and all you is when you comment via text on anything, what's missing is delivery. The delivery of tone, the delivery of the look in your eye, the look in your face. And whatever the demeanor of the people on the receiving end of that may be, they're going to apply that emotion to your words, which is basically probably 99% wrong. It's probably wrong 99% of the time, right? So it's kind of silly to go banter away on comment sections on YouTube or anywhere else. And I can guarantee you, I have never in my lifetime gone onto say a YouTube page and hit the comment section and just went ballistic. Or told them how much I didn't like the channel, or told them how I think they should speak on the channel or what they speak about. If I ever do something like that, hopefully I'll give anybody permission to come up and kick me right in the nuts if you see me in public. Right? But anyway, before I start babbling, it's again, you guys, when I hit record on this camera, it's nothing scripted. I don't really pre-think about too much. Just turn the camera on and let it rip. The only thing missing that would be helpful would be to have a handful of you sitting right across from you in the same room so we could throw shit back and forth, but we can't, right? So, yeah. So, getting back to the main point of this video, throw down how you benefited from watching this channel, all right? And it'd be interesting to read that. And I will go out of my way to read the comments on this particular video after it's been up for a couple days. And I'll tell you right now, if there is people on there just here to be pricks, I'm just gonna go to your page, find what happens is you go onto the page, that person YouTube page, and there's 3 little dots in the upper right hand corner, and you click on that, and then you can block their ass from coming back here, which I rarely do, but I might as well, right? I mean, this channel isn't about getting people to come here. This channel isn't about getting subscribers and hit the like button. It's not. It's a waste of time. Why would you want to promote a topic, especially the topics we cover here? Why would you want to promote that to people out of the blue that have no interest? Doesn't even make sense, right? Unless your sole motivation is to get subscription numbers up or get view counts up or sell more t-shirts or whatever it is you got on the go, which isn't the case here. So just so you all know, once again, because there's thousands of new people here, the only reason I share all these emails with all you is to support, obviously, the tens of thousands of people who need it. That's one of the main things I've learned from this past year. One of the biggest things that stands out, which comes to my mind first when I ask myself that question, is just how common it is for people out there to have a messed up experience out here that they didn't ask for and didn't know was coming. And that still makes me angry. It's not fair. So that's one of the main things I learned. There's my Tilken airplane, right? Oh, the fog's clearing. I might show you guys a view of what I'm looking at here in a second. And another very serious thing that I've learned this year is that the majority of the people in the world are your thoughts and your emotions are controlled. Whether you care to admit it or not, it's very easy to prove, but they are. And that's very frustrating. Because how do you go about fixing that? And then even then, when you start getting a little upset about it, find yourself daydreaming about it, getting a little pissed off about that fact alone, and you think of the magnitude of that problem and how would you go about correcting that? Holy cow, you'd probably need 3 lifetimes and a lot of not quitting, a shit pile of fight in you to take that on, right? I mean, where would you start? Where would you start? You'd have to make a pile of money, I guess. Maybe you'd unfortunately have to get into politics, maybe, I don't know. It'd just be such a massive amount of time donated and missing out on all this cool shit and all this fun that life should be. But when abusive people who are drunk from power and money and corruption, once they really start getting out of hand, it's really hard to look away. It's really hard to not want to go fight them. It's really hard to not want to go seek them out and end them, right? You know, and if for any of you guys are just starting to knee-jerk and type in Trump or Biden or whoever in the comment section, quit being stupid. Don't be that weak, all right? Not right now. Do it somewhere else. One thing that has, you know, some people say, you're in Canada, it's none of your business what goes on in the States. Well, unfortunately, 100% of us are held hostage to using the social media platforms, which are American companies. Myself, do I use Twitter? No, I don't use it. I think there's an account on there. I think it might be 2 posts and how many years it's been on. I don't use it. I don't even go there. YouTube, obviously I'm here. Facebook, you have a handful of angling and hunting dedicated themed pages on Facebook. But I don't go there. I have an Instagram account, which is 100% outdoor promoting, fishing and hunting and outdoors. And that page automatically posts on the Pro Guide 66 Facebook page. And then sometimes if I feel it's worthy, I'll go on there, find that post, it automatically posted there, and I'll just share it on a couple of hunting pages, and then I turn around and run and escape. I don't even read anything. But the unfortunate thing that's going on this past year I watch everything though. Don't get me wrong, I watch what's going on in the world. I watch the good people, I watch the bad people. I try to find out who's the most intelligent people, and I try to, when I have time, I try to listen to them. And I try to learn for myself. I don't let anybody dictate to me, and I don't let anybody control my emotions or the way I think. I look at all sides clearly, I follow what's really going on, and I figure it out for myself. And if anybody disagrees with me, oh well, I'll still go fishing with them. I'm not going to blow a gasket and run. You know, and that's the other thing I'll tap on there. You know, a little while ago, like what happens on my phone, I'll get YouTube comments will blast up in front of my phone. I guess Sarah said I can block that and delete that and make it so that the notifications, yeah, they just come up in the front of my phone automatically. And the other time, whatever I'm doing, my phone will go, and I'll glance at it, and there'll be a comment from YouTube or somewhere, Instagram, whatever, and I know better not to read them. And I don't, 99% of the time, sometimes I do. And then I'll see this is a lucky recipient one day. I'll look at my phone and see some shitty comment, and it'll somewhat be worthy of me to reply to it, right? And I will admit, I do like sticking it to the emotionally challenged cases out there at the odd time, and it's pure entertainment for me. All right, it's just out of pure entertainment. Call me a sick, sadistic bastard or a comedian, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And for one thing, for what you guys got to understand is, when I see a grown adult, let's just use the comment section as an example on anything. If you take me or anybody else standing in front of a silly camera like this and babbling away, or let's say I did. I'm watching a video. Okay, let's pretend I'm watching a video. I'm watching a video. Somebody's talking, and all of a sudden they say something that I disagree with. I will guarantee you I'm not going to be sitting here watching that screen. I'll sit and go like this after I see them say something I disagree with. I'm not going to go like this. Oh my God, you just said something I don't disagree with? I'm out of here. Right? So when I see that, it's such an extreme example of emotionally challenged, weak, whatever you want to call it, and to me that's just a flat-out poster child of what I refer to as a pussy. If that's how fragile you are and how simple your brain works, and you come to my channel and act like that, first of all, you're not safe. But I made it very clear. You're not safe here. If you're a member of offended culture, you support it anyway. You're just not. This is where real people hang out. Real confident, smart, intelligent people. Okay? And so I just can't help it. The odd time, I think that happened the other day. I seen somebody pull that move. Oh my God, you just said something about politics twice this week. I'm out of here. I'm unsubscribing. Does that make me mad? No, obviously it doesn't make me mad. I'm laughing right now. It's freaking entertaining as hell to me, but it's sad in a way too. And then, of course, the little sadistic little devil on this shoulder can't help but sticking to him on the way out the door and say, "All right, man, see you later, pussy." What a sad way to carry yourself through life, being such a pussy, right? If you can't take in knowledge or opinions from another human being, toss it around in your head a little bit, and possibly retort to them what you may think in a different view, then basically you're just a useless case. You're useless. What are you good for? Picking weeds in the garden for somebody, or whatever, right? You're not useful in any way. And yeah, it's kind of sad. But anyway, so I just thought I'd touch on that. That's a result of what happens to me when I look at the comments the odd time on the very odd time of the channel. If I see somebody act like a pussy the odd time, I just can't help it. I gotta stick it to them on the way out the door with a laugh. Say, "See you later, pussy. Sucks to be you, man." Don't let the door smack your uninvited ass on the way out, right? That's the way it is. And I would hope that somebody called me a pussy too if I was acting like a pussy one day and started to snivel online publicly. If you ever catch me sniveling online and whimpering and running into a little cave and hiding in the dark shadows, lay it on me and call me a pussy, because that's exactly what I would expect to receive if I acted like a pussy. You see the bald eagle that was sitting on the ranch right there, got sick and tired of my ranting, he flew away. And the fog just cleaned up my unbelievable mountain view we had about 7 minutes ago. Now, what have I learned this past year from... Oh, what was I going to say? Touched on that one thing I've learned about the social media thing. And one thing that I have a tough time trying to figure out. Why? I always try to figure out why. Why? I feel like I'm your average 4-year-old that just learned how to talk. And I'm like, why this? Why? Why? You know, I see that there's a consistent denominator, consistent theme with possibly not quite a select group, but a group of individuals in the planet. Every one of them's made it big, big financially, okay? Making a lot of money isn't making it big in this world. Making it big is being 100% happy across the board at what you love to do and doing it as much as you can. That's making it big. But making it financially acceptably financially in this world, a lot of these people, as an example, say the owner of Twitter, the owner of Facebook, the owner of Google. Let's take those three particular characters. Now, obviously, those were all just tech geeks a handful of years ago, right? Nobody special, just somebody dedicated their life to staying indoors while us dumbasses were running around in the sunshine, chasing chicks and fishing and hunting and getting suntans and stuff, drinking beer. And these tech geeks stayed inside like little vampires and mastered their craft. And each one of them came out big and successful in the tech industry. Now, if that was me and I was making billions of dollars, what would I do with that money? Why would I even want to carry on making money? I mean, making money is a waste of time. It's very time consuming, I mean. Once you've made enough money you can't spend it in one lifetime. Well, isn't there a bunch of life out there you'd rather experience than than pursuing money and power. But one thing I have noticed is money and power corrupts the average human straight across the board. I wouldn't know what the percentage of human beings it is that affects that way, but I'd say from what I've been observing in the planet, it's about probably 99%, which is sad because we need the 1% to fight back and take that corrupted power back. How do you do that? But one of the biggest whys I would like to find out before I would like to find out what is it that is so important for, as an example, the owners of big tech, lifelong global politicians, not just one or two, we're talking lifelong global power-hungry politicians around the globe. What is it? What is it that drives them? Especially politicians. Like I'll see, as an example, you'll see, say you see some kind of a couple, 2 or 3 billionaires that are in politics. They've been there all their lives. They're in their 70s now. They have grandchildren. They got children, grandchildren. They have multiple homes. They have access to any beach in the planet they want to go visit. Any high-end hotel resort in the planet, they can go visit it. Any frickin' wicked boat they want to float on, they can go float on. But in their later years, they absolutely dedicate all of the time and anger and frustration and fight they have in them to, say as an example, maintain power, overthrow countries, as in global politicians. I mean, I'm in my 70s. I'm a billionaire. Why is it important to me to go over and annihilate Syria or Libya, or as an example, or whoever else? I just don't understand that. What is it they know I don't know? What is it that motivates them to do these things that stage in life after that amount of success and potential freedom they have in their hand? Who the hell would even want to go into a courtroom, let alone, a political arena, instead of going hanging on the beach with their grandchildren? I don't understand that. You take these little tech geeks, these little pukes, I will openly, I shouldn't say that, but let's just take the tech geeks as an example. All right, these 3 particulars are worth billions of dollars, yet they go out of their way to manipulate what you get to say or see. And that's very, very important to them. Why is that? Is that something common? It's a common theme they have with the people, the global politicians, who as well seem to feel that having that power, that global power, is so important to them. It's something that's very, very interesting to me, confusing, also sad. It's a sad thing to witness. It's frustrating. But also shows me that power, money and greed, it corrupts human beings. I don't know if there's too many human beings out there we could use an example that it hasn't corrupted, right? Those are odd items to me. I'd like to be able to talk about them and other things on this channel, not just, emails from people who've had these shitty experiences and asked for it, but that is very important to me at the same time, because the outdoors is my life, the real world is my life. I like to focus on it, and I love to encourage as many of you out there to join the real world instead of that fake, bogus bullshit world that's on on a screen and a keyboard. The world that's fed you intentionally and controlled as it's fed to you. I would hope to possibly this year enlighten people to that fact, that the chances that your emotions and the way you think has been absolutely manipulated out of your control, and you don't even know it. I would be super, super, super duper to be able to enlighten people to that fact alone, show them, right? And save them in a way, save many people in a way. But what a battle, right? It's a big, big, big chunk of time to donate being a fighter and trying to fight for what's right. It's a big chunk of life to give up when there's so much fun shit out here to be doing, right? And I like to do everything. I want to do everything. But then the conflict is I want to know everything too. And there's another conflict too. I want to kick the shit out of bullies. I grew up being bullied. I haven't shared too much of my personal life, but I mean, let's face it, man, both of my parents split when I was a young kid. Both of them brought individuals into our life that had a massive impact on us. Very, very substantial, massive impacts on us. If I had known that the results of those things were going to come to fruit later in life, I would have fought to the death to prevent it earlier. And it was, later in life when I realized that you have to fight. You know, people were getting conditioned not to fight. We're getting conditioned to just don't say anything, go away, just ignore it, just ignore them, go away. Well, I learned for me that that's not correct. I learned for me, I'll never dictate to any of you, but I learned for me that we have to fight. Somebody has to fight. All right? Somebody has to fight the dark, somebody has to fight the evil, somebody has to fight the wrong shit. I can't stop myself. I just gotta find a happy medium where I can fight, expose douchebags, and still go hunting and fishing, and maintain friendships and have fun. And do it with the right amount of time in each section of my pie plate. I'll figure it out. I'll master it this winter. I'll get better this year. I hear people. Here, I'll give you a 360 right now, guys. Oh, there's some mountains behind me. Let's have a look at what we got. All right, you ready? I might have to adjust the exposure on here so you can see what I'm looking at. How's that? It's a little better. That's Mount Curry, the infamous Mount Curry. Tons of Sasquatch sightings right there, right straight across me in this timber and on the slides of that mountain. Foggy day. I think this is called Pemberton Creek, actually, right in front of me, which dumps into the Green River. And that is the logging road that I've made videos from, excuse me, in the past. Somebody's walking across it right now with their dog. And that's all the timber that I hiked through and the slushy snot to get here. And that's looking towards, that's looking northwest, I guess. Just the exposure here towards town. And there's my 360. Now, I gotta adjust my focus again. How's that? So one thing I was thinking about when I was looking back at, I retrieved my, I had all my content retrieved from that external hard drive that I dropped. And I'll post up a link right here in the screen for Simon in Vancouver that fixed this for me. Thank God, Simon. Thank you very much for that, buddy. I had a good talk with him, and he's into, he said he had a YouTube channel too. I don't think he's got too much content on it, but I told him I'd throw something up here for him anyway. And he showed me a couple real handy cameras that I'm going to purchase for creating real cool underwater and outdoor content later on. But I got that hard drive content saved, so I will. So I had to go back and start organizing all those files again. It's going to take forever. There's thousands and thousands of files in there. And when I started getting into all the past videos, sharing emails, I'm like, got taken back at exactly how many places I took you guys this past year alone. It's quite a few. And that kind of makes me realize, wow, I managed to get around and I managed to live my passions quite a bit this year. I'm very fortunate. And that's why, as well, I think I always try to encourage all you to do the same. There's no excuses. If you have an excuse, then you have something you need to fix and change. Don't quit. All right? There's never an excuse. You know, when I told people a while back you try to jump out of your bubble for a couple weeks, and then Sarah was saying there's a couple comments in the video of people lashing out. We don't have any money. We can't do this. I can't do that. We got jobs. Whoa. It wasn't about money and jobs. The fact is, if you're miserable, you're having a bad time, jump out of that bubble, go for a walk. Go stay at your cousin's place in the next county, whatever. Just get out of your bubble and take a look in and see what you got to fix, and fix it. Don't keep going along through life. Oh, that's a nice fish that just surfaced right there. Shit. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, fix it. There's no excuse. There isn't any excuse acceptable to me anyway. I cannot stand quitters. I can't stand people that come up with excuses for quitting. There's no excuse. I have been faced with some very substantial experiences in this lifetime that people have killed themselves over for less. And I had the option to quit. Sometimes you catch yourself being a little weak, and you toss that quitting option around, and you snap out of it, and you don't quit. And you change your circumstances. You do what it takes to change it. All right? You are in control of you. All right? It's quite a little babble fest today, isn't it? You guys see any fish rising behind me? I'm going steelhead fishing here pretty quick. I'm going to go back to the island where I grew up. I think I'm going to go on a steelhead fishing frenzy for a month straight after we catch some prawns and stuff and get them in the freezer. But anyway, I'm probably not touching on topics I want to touch on before I go. I'm just starting to get to that point now. I'm going to have some time to tend to the new platform that is going to get built and house everything and more when it comes to the topic of the unknown. Known but unknown, the Sasquatch beings, right? Oh, getting back on that topic. What have I learned about the Sasquatch myself that I didn't already know previously? From the magnitude of the emails that came into me, I've learned that this is such a common, confusing item for far more many people in the world than I would have dreamed. I cannot believe how many people have had these experiences. It's unbelievable. And it also shows me that the power of control to suppress truth from the herd is remarkable. I can't believe how easy it is for the powers that be to keep honest information away from all of us, away from all of you. It's amazing to me. It's sad, it's frustrating. It makes me want to fight back and end them. But that's one thing that I learned. Another thing that I knew previously before I spoke out loud, but which is just way more blatant right now, is how much damage the mainstream names when it comes to the Sasquatch topic, how much damage those mainstream names have done to this topic and done to thousands of you people out there who possibly reached out to them for support when it came to what you saw and didn't ask to see. It's very, very, very even more clear the damage that those pricks have done. The more of the damage they've done than not when it comes to this topic. And that's why I haven't held back for a second while speaking about those individuals, right? And which all of you shouldn't hold back. And if you ever see them in public, call them out on it. Who are they? They're no more special than you. Nobody is. Don't be scared of anyone. Don't be intimidated from anyone, all right? Every single person alive today is going to be dead. They were all dying the same speed, some sooner, some later. But we're all just human beings made of flesh and water. And nobody's more special than the other, and no one's more intimidating. Nobody's intimidating just because they have a big following or because they've sleazed their way into numerous television, because they've sleazed their way into numerous cameras to get on TV. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean they are anything else other than another human being. All right? So don't be scared of them. I'm not scared of anybody. Follow my lead. So anyway, I'm going to close this year-end rant up with, I don't know, I'll find some kind of a song or some background sounds, and I'll see if I can do a year visual review of all the places that I took everybody this past year while sharing all of their emails. I hope, if anything, I can help more people this year. I hope that every single person out there that has had an experience shares it with us this year. What else? I hope that, above all, is that all of you begin to see clearly just how much your thoughts are manipulated via mainstream news and social media. It's very, very alarming, and I really hope that all of you can see that clearly in the next coming year, or however long it takes, all right? But anyway, we'll keep this ball rolling. So there you go. Everybody have a good year this year. Just because it's 2021 doesn't change shit. It's a calendar number. It's entirely up to you to make the choice to make your next year or the next half year of lifetime or last quarter of your lifetime better. It's up to you. Nobody else. Nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else gives a shit. It's up to you. So if I could, I would encourage everybody to just pick up their pants, make the right choices, and make their life better for them and the people around them. All right? Be safe out there. Well.
Of course, on a backpack sheep blanket, I always expect to have a
They want to tell all the giant. They went on to tell of all the giant princes. Here's the complimentary 360. So I'm gonna strip it here for all who are interested in this topic. I'll share this because it's starting to tell. It's very hard to believe. Oh my god, it's a big one! Alright, so I'm back. I've been away for a couple weeks, and I have been basically all over British Columbia again.